Are you a religious man?
No, I'm not.
You investigated religion and came to the conclusion that?
No, I can't say I investigated religion with any particular interest, but I was interested in the Bible as a work of literature. And so I wrote a 2-volume book on that as one of the earliest, if not the earliest, serious histories we have. The Book of Kings, the Book of Chronicles, the Book of Samuel, and also as a repository of great poetry, probably the greatest poetry we have, certainly the greatest early poetry we have, and also as teachings of rather excellent ethical, ethical statements. The one thing that the Bible isn't, that some people seem to think it is, it's not a biology textbook, it's not an astronomy textbook. The first chapter of Genesis, the first couple of chapters of Genesis are the 6th century BC version of how the world might have started. We've improved on that since. I don't believe that those are God's words. Those are the words of men trying to make the most sense that they could out of the information they had at the time. There were many people at the time who were, what should we say, messianic, who were believed to be messiahs by one group or another. And Jesus survived. Many founders of great religions were dismissed by people of the time, except those who believed in them.
You find no conflict between religion and science?
Absolutely none. They are, the processes they're going through are the two halves of a coin, because everything ends in mystery. I mean, the scientists have theories, and the theologians have myths, and they're both the same thing, because we end up in ignorance. We don't know what gravity is. We have theories about light, but they're only theories, which are being revised. Even Mr. Einstein is coming under scrutiny again in the last few years with some of his theories. These will be revised and changed in the next 100 years, and again 100,000 years from now. The important thing is we should gather as much data as we can, as many facts as we need, and on these base our theories, which help us to survive. And where the mystery begins, theology takes over. It's two halves of the same coin. We have to think about the unthinkable, which is what religion does, and science does too at times, trying to figure out what in the heck's going on, you know, how did we get here, where did we come from, where are we going? We don't have the answers, and we never will have them, so we make do with theory and with theology. And with the two of them as tools, one to work with the basic facts, one to take up where the mystery begins, we'll make do and go on into the future and live for 3 billion years in space, not just here, but on out to the stars.
The gods, the terrors, must have served us at least well enough for us to have maintained them all of these eons. Why do you want to take them away from us?
They served us because we knew so little about the world. We live in uncertainty. We know that at any time disaster might strike. We cannot foresee the future. It is very uncomfortable to live under such conditions. People make up ways of controlling the future. They dream about fairy godmothers who give them gifts. They go and ask questions of fortune tellers of all kinds to give them a hint as to what may be in store for them and how they may best persuade fate to deal kindly with them. Or if they're religious, they'll pray to God. Something like that. It gives them a feeling of security. Now, there's no use having false security if there's nothing else available. That's what people go for. But now, if, for instance, a person insists on some sort of mumbo-jumbo, instead of, let us say, taking advantage of modern medicine, then, you know, he's virtually committing suicide. And I would hate to see people go to these faith healers and things like that. The get-rich-quick schemes that people fall for are what they lose money over. Well, this is a kind of a get-rich-quick scheme of the mind. These are con men of the spirit, if you will. They're selling you something, a false security that sounds good, knowledge of the future that doesn't really exist, assurance that you'll be safe when you're not really safe.
People have often said to me, do you believe in Darwin's theory? I said, yeah, I believe in that. Do you believe in Lamarck's theory of the movement of the generations of animals, wishing themselves to new forms, secret desires? Yes, I believe that. Do you believe in Genesis, the first book of the Bible? Yes, I believe that. They said, how can you believe all three? I said, because nothing is proven. Nothing is proven. So there's room for a religious delicatessen, huh? I take some of these, some of those, and some of them, huh? Have you seen these various documentaries on TV the last few years? Tonight you're going to find the secret of life. How did life come on the earth? Huh? What makes the sun burn, etc., etc., etc. Well, you tune in, and hell, they don't tell you that. They don't know. The earth came out of the sun, took 1 billion years to cool, the rains fell, the first primitive plants came up, the ponds of scum created amoeba-like creatures, but there was no life here. Lightning struck. The chemistry of the world, the inanimate minerals decided to live. How come? How come? We don't know. We don't know. It just happened. That's not much of an explanation, is it? Huh? It just happened? That's really scientific, is it? Well, hell, give me some lightning. I'll go make my own life. Thing is, there's room to believe it all, because you are the inhabitants of a miraculous world. What are we doing here? There's no use having a universe, is there? There's no use having 1 billion stars. There's no use having a planet Earth if there isn't someone here to see it. You are the audience. You are here to witness and celebrate. To witness and celebrate. And you got a lot to see and a lot to celebrate.